I lost my right leg in a shark attack above the knee. When I came face to face with a great white shark, my first feeling was just get out of the water and get to the beach. Looking back at my attack now, I feel lucky to be alive and grateful for all the support that I've had. People think that I'm a surfer just because I've survived a shark attack, but I actually only started surfing after I lost my leg. And I was invited to represent South Africa at the World Adaptive Surfing Games. Today, me and Alex are heading to the beach and it's going to be fun to get a few waves. My name is Caleb Swanepoel. I'm 26 years old. I had a really special upbringing. I grew up in a very small town in the Karoo in South Africa. I was homeschooled from a young age. I always enjoyed competitive sport and getting fit, staying fit, and having an active, healthy lifestyle was something that I just grew up with, something I enjoyed.
This was the second day in hospital.
We took over that hospital there. We set ourselves up in your room. It was hilarious.
Yeah, looking at all these photos and going back, it does bring up a lot of memories.
On the day of the attack, I was with my family in a place called Buffalo Bay. Our plan was to swim 70, 80 meters out and catch waves, just body surfing. I swam out slightly ahead of my brothers, and as I came over the crest of one of the waves, it's when I saw a great white on the wave I was about to catch. And next thing I knew, I just felt this thing slam into me and I was pulled under the water. My leg was completely off. My brother swam back and saw what was happening and grabbed me by my wetsuit and spoke to me.
Sleepers.
Yeah. That's yours, eh?
Yeah. Had this on the day you got bitten.
It's weird seeing it because it's a reminder of the day, I guess.
You know what's really weird is that if you think about it, the same shark that bit you here is the one that bit you, and then in comparison, this is nothing.
Yeah. The orthopedic surgeon said it was a miracle that, I survived the shark attack. The odds were heavily stacked against me. It was about 4 or 5 days after I'd lost my leg that I kind of stood up again in the hospital. And I remember using a walker initially and then moving to crutches. Today, me and Alex are heading to the beach and it's going to be fun to get a few waves.
Okay, cool.
So this is locked out. As you can see, it's in a stance position. So when I surf, literally I pop up and I'm in that position. So I don't have a lot of movement on the back because this doesn't have a knee joint, but it still lets me stand up on the board. It's quite strong, so if it gets knocked or anything, it should be fine. That's just this little bit of thing I put in here. It's fine. But I'll pull this all down just now. Pull this and I'll pull that over. It's a long system. Impressive. Good. I went back into the ocean about a month after I lost my leg. I wanted to kind of push back against any fear that could have built up.
Caleb's surfing technique is unique. He's missing 2 joints, a knee and an ankle. And that's his back foot, so that should be his driving power. But how we've adapted his surfing is to be surfing with his front foot. I find it not only just inspiring, but also just really showing us that you can set your mind to anything and achieve whatever you set your mind to.
People think that I'm a surfer just because I've survived a shark attack, but I actually only started surfing after I lost my leg. A lot of the time we either call it parasurfing or adaptive surfing. They both mean the same thing, and I was invited to the first ever South African adaptive or para surfing championships. I ended up winning my category and I was invited after that to represent South Africa at the World Adaptive Surfing Games.
Since the shark attack, is getting in the water any different? How does it feel?
I don't think it feels much different. I think my body feels different in the water. I think I'm way more conscious of how I feel and how my body's responding, and definitely more aware of kind of what's out there. And I suppose something I take away from my shark attack is just to really value what you've been given. I think a lot of the time we take for granted our bodies. I want to show people that your disability doesn't define you, it's just part of you.